Welcome to the It's Always Saturday podcast. Because when you're with the boys, it's always Saturday.
Always Saturday. This is take 2 because I'm just dumb.
Yeah.
Um,
Not as dumb as me, though, because I don't know how to work it at all.
isn't they make it pretty nice. There's a big button in the bottom right that says go live, and I click it, make sure it has a title I want, then I hit go. And I hit go.
So, I'd like to talk to you guys about an epidemic. And it's called TikTok.
I'm glad we're starting on this.
And so, I was at Millennium Place, you know. I was skating with one of the clients.
Mm-hmm.
And because she really likes skating.
Mm-hmm.
And these, probably 14-year-old girls pull up.
Mm-hmm.
And they filmed the TikTok while they were skating.
Oh no! Did you catch the disease, Ian?
I did.
Do you think? Well, since we're being semi-topical, coronavirus, not as deadly as people say, but nonetheless, do you think it is something that we can equate to TikTok, or what
TikTok
do you think?
is worse.
It's worse. You think so?
I think it's 100% worse. 100%. I hate it.
Also, just real quick, shout out Ian for getting booster juice for the stream.
Hey,
Hell yeah!
I didn't have supper, so this is my supper.
Fun fact: that's a company based in Sherwood Park, our local region. Shout out the 780.
Hell fucking yeah!
Yeehaw! fella.
Yeehaw!
Bro, I was talking with somebody, and in one of my classes, and she just approached me. She's like, "So you live around Sherwood Park, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "So what's it like the ranch life, the yeehaw folk?" I'm like, "I live in a suburb. I don't know what the fuck you mean with ranch life." But yeah, I really love that people think we are so yeehaw when we're not.
I
didn't
realize that was the perception.
Oh yeah. Well,
Anyways.
you know how our Drawson is.
Yeah.
Our Drawson is actually yeehaw.
Well, yeah, our Drawson's the yeehaw.
It is it's a place in Alberta, Canada, where it is very common to see a Confederate flag, which is
Frankly disappointing.
well, it's disappointing because it's so unrelated. It's wrong country, homie. That war didn't happen here.
Yeah, it didn't happen here. Also, you're on the wrong side.
Exactly. You're on a side that lost, so you've already taken an L.
Yeah.
And literally, it was just the side of slavery. You can argue that it's the side that represented the South, in values, but I think that the guy that effectively would have become the president had the South won. His whole thing was our fundamental doctrine that the right of a person to own another person should not be infringed upon. That was their whole thing. My mother's currently calling me. I'm just going to text her back real quick.
Yeah. Anyways, back to TikTok. I hate it so much. There's no talent and in it at all. You are lip syncing and doing not very complex dance moves to a song.
Yeah, well, there's this one that I've seen. It's
Just wait.
dropping fucking pretzels. God
We're
damn.
gonna get an okay boomer in chat soon.
we're low key boomers, but there's this breathing one where all it does is go and they flick some shit off their chin. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's it.
A kid the other day asked me why I didn't have TikTok on my phone, and I told him that's because I'm not 12.
I mean, it's just it's what the kids are doing these days. They're playing Fortnite and they're making TikToks.
I think we could make a case that the early Generation Zs dodged a lot of the cringy stuff.
Well, I think it's just because so much of what the culture is now is based on social media, the internet, interconnectivity, just online shit. So things that go on the internet don't go away ever, at any point in time. So especially that video of you doing the dubstep opera.
Oh no.
So it's the older generation, we didn't necessarily they didn't have that. We're not. I know you're old. I'm not that old. But
I'm a year older than you.
Exactly.
Less than.
Boomer. Boomer looking ass. Goddamn. And yeah, so way I see it, they probably every generation is pretty dumb and they're pretty terrible. I think that they've gotten progressively smarter, but the current dumb generation is just very much vocal about how dumb they are.
That's really unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that we're better than them, but
Yeah, well, I feel like that's the boomer perception as well.
you see, we're low-key boomers.
We are, yeah.
How far do you think Shaquille O'Neal could punt a 5th grader?
How old is a 5th grader? Again, I was a large child, so I'm very skewed on what the size of people should be.
Actually, I was thinking about this a lot this week.
Well, if you got a firm answer, you give it a go, I think.
No, I was just gonna give you. So,
do you have the stats on this?
yeah, so the average weight of a 5th grader is 34 to 50 pounds.
A 10-year-old is 50 pounds? Fuck. I was pushing like 120. For real?
That's because you were fat.
Well, I was fat, but I was also tall, but also like...
That's what
that doesn't
Google
make sense.
said.
Are you sure? I don't think people that are in the 5th grade are 10. I find that hard to believe. Anybody in chat know
How old are you in the 5th grade?
You wrote it like somebody that's in the 5th grade trying to check.
10 years old.
What the fuck?
It's like
Since when are 10-year-olds 50 pounds?
average weight. Oh, 70 pounds. So
Yeah.
It's like 70 pounds for a male, 54 pounds for a female.
You see, this just shows sexism that it defaulted to women. Because the education system only cares about women.
Exactly.
And we knew that.
Yeah, we already knew that.
Nonetheless.
I was thinking, like, if he got a smaller one, I would say, like, 10 yards.
Yeah, I'm thinking, well, because realistically, he's got a long fucking leg.
Yeah.
He can get some distance with it. Like, so I think just sheer momentum of, like, the arc of his leg would punt a child about 10 yards. I think that if he, like, went full force and had something that would make sure that, like, his ankles and stuff were, like, guarded and, like, nothing would bust, I think he'd make it, like, probably 15 or 20.
Think so?
Yeah. Because, like, long-ass leg, strong-ass leg, a guard, and just power. Jane Porter says that she is the yeehaw in this town.
Probably. You know, with her wealthy parents and that big White House that she lives in.
But she does own a cowboy hat.
Oh.
Well, you know what, Janer? I own 4, so suck it.
Suck it.
I think I have one over there. I think I have one in my closet, and I think I probably have 2 in the storage. Oh, you're swapping hats now. Ian is upping the current amount of yeehaw. Oh, there's the other one. Oh, you're going double.
We're going double.
We're going double.
What were you saying, Jane?
I think there's a new sheriff in this town.
That's right.
Yeehaw!
It's time for Ian's Fight Corner predictions.
Glorious.
I'm very excited.
He's not excited enough to not eat pretzels for a little. Do you want to, like, get you actual food for a sec? Not, like, actual food, but, like, more than pretzels and smoothie?
No, I'll be good. I'll be good for now.
Alright.
Anyways, UFC 248 is this Saturday. Israel, the last stylebender, Adesanya, versus Yoel, the soldier of God, Romero.
Mm-hmm.
My prediction is that Stylebender will win by a decision, but Yoel Romero will not win a single round. It will go 5 rounds to nothing. Because Adesanya is such a good striker and is so good at distance management and slipping. Yoel is going to have a hard time hitting him, and then as well, Adesanya's takedown defense is very, very good, which is where Yoel would normally look to get someone.
And Yoel is shorter.
This is correct.
Making him, frankly, genetically inferior. So, even though, like, he's jacked as hell, and I do find it very fun watching, like, the highlights of when he wins and he does, like, backflips and shit, like, on the stage and stuff. I think that's fun. I think it's cute. He's, he's doing great. We gotta respect the Romero. Just a funky boy, frankly. Jenna Porter's yelling states' rights. I think that she's getting into an argument now in favor of the Confederacy. It was frankly the state's right to allow its people to own slaves. That's what it was surrounding. That's basically, like, yes, states' rights to the extent of allowing people to own slaves. Like, that's the full sentence. Ian, now with the Budweiser cowboy hat, he's going off.
Anyways, And then for the co-main event, I have Yang Wei Li keeping her championship belts versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
If you don't mind me interrupting, I forgot how you said her name, but I reordered it in my head to Wei Long Yi.
Nice.
And
nice.
I feel ashamed of myself, frankly. I imposed dyslexia upon myself, and I can't remember her actual name order. It is now Wei Long Yi.
Yang Wei Li.
Yang Wei Li. Yeah, no, it's Wei Long Yi now.
The first Chinese-born UFC champion. Yeah. That's those are my predictions. I'm a very big Stylebender fan. I have a Stylebender shirt.
Oh, sick.
That I'll be wearing on Friday when we go out, and then
so
again on Saturday.
So you're saying you're now coming out against the champion of God?
Yes.
So are you coming out, you coming out as anti-God?
Anti-God? Am I atheist? Find out on the next episode.
If Yoel wins, then definitely not. If he loses, we're going to start questioning some things on the podcast. I was going to say your sexuality, but that's already happened too many times.
Too many times.
Ian felt me up before the podcast.
Just a little.
What were we talking about?
Because you were talking about those kids that were at the jump park that were feeling each other up.
Yeah,
and then I started feeling you up, and then Spencer nutted everywhere, and it was just a thing.
That's why we were a few minutes late starting. Just calling in the cleanup crew. Well, it's just a problem in general, like talking about how dumb children are, how like teenagers that like the tweeny teens, like the ones that aren't like able to vote type teens, you know. They are just too on each other in public because they probably have like parents that make it so they can't be near each other really. So they compensate in the public eye.
You think so?
I think they might be.
I just I don't know. I'm always like pretty against PDA, just because
well, it's just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Most of the time, like there's a line. I feel like the idea that you can't like be in somebody's like physical space. Like if you think to yourself, will I get posted on Sal Cringy Couples?
Yes.
Then you shouldn't.
That is the measurement. That is what you need to be thinking of when, if you're just like chilling in public, holding hands. If you just like got your arm around her, that or around him. We don't judge. That's
so long as you're a woman putting her around.
That's okay. That's perfectly acceptable. Maybe they're leaving, you're not going to see them for a while. You give them a little peck. A little peck on the cheek, a little peck on the lips, that's okay.
Wait, like that's not going to get you on Sal Cringy Couples.
Yeah.
No, you'll be fine.
Like making out will get you on Sal Cringy Couples. Especially if you're... You know what? We just...
I saw where that sentence was going. I don't know why you headed yourself off, but I found it very enjoyable.
It's just like...
Because we clown on him so much.
We clown on him so much. We just post the toe sucker by himself on Sal Cringy Couples.
Well, that's what happened. He was the only post on there.
No, I mean him without somebody else in the picture.
Sure.
Just himself. Sucking his own toes.
Sucking his own toes. Do you think people that are into feet, like, do that?
Oh, yeah. If they're flexible enough, they getting them up there.
No, not even that. Just, like, if you're into that part of yourself, can you just, like, be like, fuck? Like, if you're into feet, can you be into your own feet? Or it's kind of like, if you're gay, I presume, like, I don't think you can really look in the mirror and be like, I'd fuck me right now.
Bro, I do that. That's like a pretty common thought. That's a pretty common thought for me.
You would go gay for yourself. And that's fair, homie. We're vibing. I remember I was hanging out with lovely girlfriend Veronica, and I was just like, Veronica, you just sent me ass pics. Because you did.
I forgot about that.
And then you said, just for you, BB.
And what did Veronica say?
She just kind of looked at me for a little. Well, because I showed her, you sent me two. I know she's not watching right now, so I can say, you sent me two. I only showed her the first one, because I was just kind of like your butt. And then in the second one, you like pulled your shirt up, and it was actually like Ian's ass wasn't actually out for reference. It was just a picture like of the butt. But like it was like a proper like ass pic for the second one. I was like, I'm not gonna show her that one.
No, why not? I need the publicity, okay?
For your OnlyFans?
Yeah, for my OnlyFans.
Well, no, because I was like obviously I'm not gonna like hide the fact that like I'm bisexual to Veronica, but I'm just worried that she might like actually be like, fuck, he's straight up getting ass pics from another guy. This ain't alright.
I guess that's fair, because she doesn't know me very well.
Yeah, she doesn't know you well enough to like know you probably won't fuck me.
Yeah.
So just to like
Probably.
make sure. Well, I chose my words very carefully. Why does this say born? Canadian born, blended worldwide. That is true. They got Booster Juices fucking everywhere.
I watched.
You watched? What have you...
I watched. I shouldn't have paused for so long. I watched the, I guess you call it the barista, birth this smoothie.
Oh. Well, because apparently these smoothies aren't made. They're fucking born.
They're born.
So. Are straws the umbilical cord of a smoothie? That's horrifying.
That's very horrifying.
That's not good.
No.
Is it... Ian looked at his straw for a second, thought, and then presumed the suck.
Okay. So, sometimes when you get, like, booster juices, like, they're pretty thick out the gate.
Mm-hmm. Quote Ian Hall when referring to himself in the mirror.
I was thick all
Man
the
wakes
time.
up in the morning and he's like, damn, I'm looking pretty thick out the gate today.
I'm thick. Titus like, you gotta suck hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm sure you're great at it because you got that. Spencer got that mega suck. Out
No
here
comment,
like a
no.
fucking Roomba.
Will not confirm or deny.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's pretty easy for him, but for,
I have been, gotten offers from industrial cleaners for the sake of
I'm
getting
only
that
a
floor.
first degree black belt in dick sucking myself,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
it's a little bit more difficult for me.
Exactly. Well, to be such a low level. Only one black belt. Bet you don't even know how to grapefruit. Have you seen that video?
I've
It's so
seen it
old,
memed.
but it's so fucking classic. It's just like the woman whips out the grapefruit, puts it on this weird dildo, and then it's like, aight, you're vibing, you do you, and then just releases the sound of like...
Oh, the fucking sound!
Yeah, like, it sounds like when I've been driving my car for like an hour and like the oil's hot, and I like turn the car off, and then I just hear like that like... Of, like,
That's
the fucking...
not normal, homie.
I know, but when I hear like the bubbling noises in my car, I'm like, there's some grapefruit in there.
Is the grapefruit lady in my car?
Grapefruit lady in Spencer's car confirmed. That's a
Suck.
yeah. That was a lot. Like the grapefruit lady's in my car. It's just there's no engine. It's just her with pedals. and when she gets tired, she doesn't like she's like finally I can stop. We're in the garage. She always whips out the grapefruit. You know it's a white man podcast where when something's funny enough you just hear the slapping of knees in the background.
If you'd like to party with the boys, come to Midway this Friday. Come party with the boys.
Yeah, lads meet. Come to Midway, Edmonton. Also, I know that we had a coworker talking about going to the ranch. I don't know if it was clarified that the ranch is what the Midway is now.
I think that's why. I think she knows. I'm like 95. I'm like 99% sure she knows that.
Yeah, just because I remember I was told by Veronica that the reason why it's called Midway now was because there was like, I think so many like lawsuits or allegations, of like people being drugged at the ranch. So they're like, fuck it, we've been in the headlines too many times. So we're called Midway now.
Oh, that's a baller move.
Yeah. Well, it's just kind of like if you commit enough crimes, just change your name.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it is unfortunate that because of social media now and how it's just kind of like not an option, but it's the norm, that if you want to just like change your name and move somewhere else and just have nobody know who you were, because like, not because you did something illegal necessarily, but just because you want to, you kind of can't. Because it's really easy to track someone down.
That would be tough.
And if like somebody doesn't have like, because it's pretty easy to like find like an entire like lifetime line of somebody's social media.
Yeah.
And if that ain't there, it's like, I'm gonna call the cops.
Call the police. If you're heading to Midway this fine Friday, make sure to roofie me while you're there.
Ian has been asking for this for a long time, and yeah, you really just want to be roofied.
Yeah, roofie me.
Well,
like,
you know, is it still because your plan is that you know that you can't legally do these drugs? So if somebody else like forces you to without your knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not illegal.
It's not illegal. I got drugged.
You just clap your cheek so hard you knocked over some of the soundproofing.
If you guys saw the story post about the boys going live tonight, you would have seen the meme. Anime characters be like, I did 20,000 squats a day for 3 years, and now the clap of my ass cheeks is so strong.
Oh my god!
Excuse me.
I think the smoothies may have been a bad idea to have right before, or even during. You're doing good, homie.
I came in my pants.
I. Jesus Christ. So, we were gonna discuss, can an individual be too thick?
Right.
Or that is to say, too muscular? Is that what we're referring to?
No.
No.
So, I think it's important that we set a definition of thick.
Okay. How do you define thick?
I define thick as like coming down, whoom, and then back.
So it's just like the fatness of ass.
Yeah.
I thought we were just going to refer to like, do bodybuilders get to a point where their muscles are like too much to be like attractive in that sense?
Oh, no, we were just talking about ass.
Ass is ass, homie. I don't think any, like if it gets to the point where like a doctor is recommending that you don't have that much ass, then maybe that's a bit much.
See, so you don't think you can be too thick?
I think when your thickness is starting to be a medical concern, I'm gonna call that too much.
Yeah, that's my stance as well. As like, you can't be too thick because there's no such thing. So ladies keep doing those squats, and men too.
Ian, the amount of times that we're just like hanging out, and Ian's like, "Look at a picture of this dude." It's so often. Like we were just sitting like at work today. It was kind of dull, and Ian was just looking on his phone for like a smidge, and he's just like, "Homie, look at these dudes' legs."
Hey, it was like they were good legs, bro. I wish I had those legs. They were good.
Because that's what I thought we were going to talk about.
Oh,
because those legs, it's just where either it looks like tumors or an almond. And I'm not into tumor almond legs.
really?
You look genuinely a little offended.
Yeah, well, like I'd like to have legs that big. Like, can you imagine getting head kicked by legs that big?
I think that I think people should have them. Like I think that they're important to have. I think leg strength is important. I think aesthetically, if it looks like your leg has been put through a meat grinder then slapped back on, that's a little messed up.
I don't know. It's
like grind me up.
Grind me up. Anyways, because I think like
that's Ian's invitation to anybody who finds him on Grindr to
if you find me on Grindr, hit me up. If you because I think that there's like thick, which is like THIC.
Yeah, thick.
So like you got a C there. You know there's something there, and then there's thick, which is like TIHCC.
The standard.
No, I would say the standard is about 3. There's about
3 is the standard.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Actually, no, I agree. 2 is the standard. It's like, okay, there's something nice going on back there. You get to 3, and then excuse me, my back's itchy.
Yeah, we all know that to scratch your back, you need to completely stop talking.
You get to 3 C's. It's like, it's not like super noticeable, but like it could catch you off guard. You know what I'm saying? You get to 4, and then it's like you see it. Like you see it.
Like
and,
it's there.
And just so everyone knows, we're not sexist. We're talking about guys and girls too.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Cause like
if a dude got a fat ass,
like bro, you know I'm looking.
Yeah.
I ain't gay, but you know I'm looking.
I am gay, and I am looking. Well, like legit, I remember those. It's actually part of like why I kind of figured out that I wasn't entirely straight was because there'd be shit that was like. You picture somebody like with a fat ass and be like, oh, that's an attractive woman. They'd be like, haha, that's a dude. And over time, I just realized I really don't mind.
And, have you ever seen that meme where it's like, it's like a Mortal Kombat like cutscene, and it's like it like pans up from like the feet, and it like gets the ass and like it's thick, and the guy and the live streamer is like, "Yo, she kind of bad though," and then it pans all the way up, and it's a dude, and he's like, "No,
bro." The fucking like there was that one really good TikTok that is like the dude that's just reacting to like this video, same sort of thing, pans up. Fat ass, and it's just like, wow, and like he was panning it to James Charles, and the dude's like, he's like, you know what, man, that makes it better. And then it cuts to him going, yummy James Charles, and then you put that in the group chat, and you're like, yo, this is Spencer.
I put that in the
You
group
did,
chat.
and you were like, that was Spencer. And then I sent it to Veronica, and she's like, and I said that Ian said that this was me, and she's like, you fucking know it is.
No, back to what I was saying about TikToks before. I mean, like, there are like good memes made on TikTok.
Well, it's the same
I
thing.
will say, but it's like, I guess you could say, I think what you were gonna say, it's kind of like Vine, where there's the shit and there's good, there's some good memes.
Well, because realistically, there was Vine, then there was Musical.ly, now there's TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok is just both.
Yeah.
So the Musical.ly content of TikTok is the problem.
Yeah.
That's the dog shit. The Vine content of TikTok is just Vine 2.0.
Yeah. Which, like,
It's also owned by a Chinese data mining company, fun fact.
Yeah. So, I mean, be careful out there, boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, like, some of what Vine had was bad, and some of what Vine had was good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, back to our system. So, what were we at? 4 Cs?
I think we
4 Cs. Shut up, 4 Cs.
Shut up, 4 Cs.
Shut up, 4 Cs. That's why we call her that, because she got a fat ass. Anyways.
She definitely knew that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
So here's how it happened. This is kind of terrible. But, anyways.
Well, again, you do this to describe men as well.
Oh, yeah.
So let's preface this is that Ian is not necessarily sexist. He just objectifies everyone equally.
I objectify things as them, like...
Well,
like,
that's
like, damn, that car got a fat ass.
That is true. I have seen you just walking by. If an object looked like it got booty,
then you know what? It got booty. Ass is ass.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says about that gumball machine. Alright, go ahead.
What do you mean I can't fuck the gumball machine in the mall? Hey, ass is ass.
Why's it got a slot? Like,
what was I gonna say?
the origin of 4Cs.
Right, the origin of 4Cs. So, I was working at a good Christian camp, and it came to the point where like we had like just met her and we knew like what her actual name was, and like there was like 3 of us who saw, or no, there was 4 of us because Caleb was there too. 3 of us who saw like that's she got a booty, and then we agreed upon that, you know, it was 4 C's thick, and then we just started calling her 4 C's, and then so initially she didn't know, but then the genius himself, I won't name drop him. Actually, I'll just say his first name. The genius himself, Kevin, was like, we were all just like chilling at a picnic table, and Kevin goes, 4 C's over here, and points at her, and then she figured it out that, you know, we were calling, and she was like totally cool about it, which is like baller.
I appreciate that. You were out ooga booga'd in that moment. I think we need to acknowledge that, because it's so few times when you don't receive the full brunt of the ooga booga. Because I know it's very common for you to just...
Yeah, it's... I've just accepted it at this point. I'm very...
I mean,
it is what it is.
Well, because not necessarily a negative thing.
Yeah.
It's just that you're very direct. If you're curious about something, you will investigate by hitting it.
Yeah, I mean...
And usually, you find shit out from hitting things pretty quick. Like, there's a reason that the Neanderthals did it.
Yeah. You know what? We just vibe. And, anyways, so I think 5 C's is like... Where, because like...
It's like James Charles.
No, I'd put James Charles as like a 3.
I was also actually about to say 3.
5 is like, because like 4 is like, you notice it like pretty quickly. 5 is like, alright, like that's
they walked
cake.
in, they walked in, ass walked in a few minutes later.
Yeah, like, and then I would say 6 C's is as many C's as you can get.
Yeah, like that's reserved for inhuman individuals.
I would say inhuman because...
Like, it's a rare breed.
Yeah, it's like very, you know, very very, very, very thick. Like
Is that genuinely just you going through all the very? I thought you were gonna say something else and you're just stammering.
Well, I
for
was
a little...
trying.
Very, very.
It's like
Very
they thick.
They.
Like they thick.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. Like how many C's would you put me at?
You? 3.5.
3.5. That's not bad. So I need to.
You
Just do some more squats.
You need to get up to 6.
Yeah, I need to get 6. And then after 6 C's, then comes ultra thick, which is like, it's like, because like you can be thick, but there's also like a particular kind of thick that like the legs go with it. And like it's like muscular, and then that's like you're kind of like working your way there, and then there's dummy thick.
I think let's close on that because we've lost so many viewers since we started this.
Hey, I'm finishing this. Dummy thick is like you got the legs, you got the butt. It's muscular with a little bit of fat, but you dummy thick. And that concludes the thick segment.
And bless them. And bless them. That's what we need. How about we do something that somebody put in our Twitch suggestion box, which was to summarize a film that we don't really know or have not seen.
Okay.
So I'm gonna whip out the.
give me one.
Well, I gotta open the film generator.
Oh, okay.
So based purely, I'm gonna change the quantity to 1, and then you're gonna hear it rerun. Red shoes, and the only image is I'm gonna do a different. Or do you want to do this?
Yeah, let's do it. Show them the image so they know what's up.
Yeah, I'll give like a brief description for people watching the podcast, listen to the podcast. It's just like a woman making an uncomfortable face while there's like somebody else's hair below it. It's very odd.
Yeah.
There's not really much context. So what do you think Red Shoes is about?
Red Shoes is about
Do you want me to keep
a sex worker?
A sex worker. That's an interesting concept. It's very bold because it looks like Pixar animation. But...
Okay. Red Shoes is about a sex worker, and here I'm going to tell you why. Red shoes. Red shoes are very often like the sexy, like those are like the shoes, like red high heels.
I know, like when you're trying to look sexy on the town, you whip out the red heels.
I whip out the red heels for sure.
Everybody that's coming my way on Friday,
you'll see my red heels.
Oh yeah,
I pick heels because I'm 5'9", so it's very difficult to pick up women in the club when they think that you're a hobbit.
It's just hard to pick them up in general from that low, I assume.
Hey, it's actually pretty easy. You got a nice low base, you know.
Oh, that's fair. You just gotta get them by the angle, by the ankles, and then
and then you're good.
Yeah. I love the meme where it's like it's like an anime thing or whatever, where there's like a tiny woman and there's like this massive like beefy dude, and then it's like 5-foot woman and it's like 5'5" guy. And it's like 5 woman explaining why the 5'5" guy is too short for her. So yeah, we've so
red shoes, sex worker. You got the shoes, you know.
Yeah, well,
this sex worker's goal is to make enough money to buy the red shoes.
Oh, interesting. So and she did she see them in a window one day?
Yes, she like walked by, saw them in a window, was like, I need those shoes for my daughter. Because I want to do something because that's where the little blonde hair comes in. The little blonde hair? All right. She's a single mother, and she like doesn't work like a lot, and she wants to give her daughter a better life, and part of giving her daughter a better life is these red shoes. It's like not necessarily that giving her the red shoes will give her the better life, but the idea that she can afford the red shoes to give to her daughter will give her a better life. So she turns to sex work, where she probably I feel like you make bank.
Oh yeah, it's a very unsafe profession.
Which is why it needs to be legalized so we can make it safer.
I was gonna say, I really love that your interpretation of what's clearly a children's movie is just like a libertarian capitalist dream. Like a person that's just fighting for income to support their children through legalized prostitution. Like, goddamn, that's just your dream film right there.
She's trying to support her daughter, and she decided that this is the best way to do it. And the red shoes they're kind of like the focal point of the movie a little bit.
Like it could be one of those, like, even though the poster was very much in color, like have you seen the film Sin City?
I have not.
So in that film,
Simp City?
Simp City. They're not going to Caleb's hometown. In Sin City, the direction for it was that the whole thing was in. Yo, we activated him.
We probably I think that's why we went down in viewers because he left. He was just like, "Yo, the fuck," and left.
So in Sin City, the entire film is in black and white, except for like blood, which is red, like things like that.
Oh, that's an interesting concept.
It's like a grim sort of like darker world, which is the reality of capitalism. And
shut up, Spencer.
For whatever reason, that was a very like heartfelt answer. I was gonna say the woman looked like she had a shit really bad. So I was gonna say that the red shoes were like a pair of runners that she's gonna go get to like cop something to either cure her diarrhea or to get like laxatives because she looks like something is either staying in or coming out too much. So that was my plot line.
I thought where you were gonna go was like she like felt like she was like a little bit too constipated or like it was like had like diarrhea, so she was gonna shit in someone's red shoes.
And then like there's like this whole like timeline of like a butterfly effect storyline of how her shitting in a pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Like just like some unfortunate event where this woman ate some like really like shitty like street vendor food or something, like did not pass any sort of certification for like quality and health inspections. It was like, I gotta take a dump. There's just like a pair of red shoes. They're just sitting in an alleyway. Just like, I fucking have to. Does that. It's horrendous. The whole audience is disgusted. But then she's not the main character. The red shoes are.
Ah.
And then it follows the storyline of these shitted in red shoes. I think that's a concept.
Yeah, I think we should come to Disney with that concept.
Well, Pixar already snagged it, unfortunately. I think that'd be an interesting concept for films in general, is to have the main character not be a person but an object.
I feel like that's one of those, like, the public's not going to understand
our
work of art. It's like sometimes it's like, yes, like like I would say that's like one of the problems.
Like in The Joker. The public just wasn't ready.
This just wasn't ready.
No. They weren't
ready. No, what I was going to say is, like, with MMA, the people who, like, just kind of, like, casually follow the sport and really don't know a whole lot about it.
Like myself.
Yeah, like you.
Yeah.
They're called the casuals.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you'll often hear, like, I heard Stylebender say the other day, like, why he chose Yoel Romero is because everyone looks at Yoel Romero. He's so jacked.
Mm-hmm.
And is like,
jacked.
Yeah, so jacked, like wrestling background, like got a silver medal at the Olympics in wrestling, freestyle wrestling, and so he's like, I just want to do this to shut the casuals up, to show them that like those beefy big guys, like they're not the best fighters. Like people who have the technique and the skills are the best fighters.
It would be unfortunate if he just gets fucking clocked.
Yeah,
after
that would be rough.
The guys with the muscle, they don't know who's
just
win.
Whoa. Anyways, and like what I was saying about that is like sometimes like you're right. Like, the public, like, they don't quite get it and they don't quite see it unless you're, like, in it and you're in the field. But, like, a movie is for public consumption. That's true. Like, you're trying to make money. You're trying to, like, write a good movie, but, like, you're also trying to make money so you can write another good movie. And so people who are, like, well, like, they just, like, didn't understand the movie, or, like, one of the things that I've seen a lot lately is with, like, movies that have like female leads that don't do very well, not because they have a female lead, because it's like not.
It's written poorly.
Yeah, it's a written poorly movie. People will be like, well, that was just because like everyone hates women. And it's like, no, your movie was just bad.
Well, I think it's unfortunate because it kind of there's a weird circumstance where I find that since the idea is that it just has to be a well-written movie, but then it's where women being the lead. Like, they're typically, like, for whatever reason, like, because when they don't fall short, nobody cares, but when they do fall short, a lot of times there is the cop-out of people disliked it because they weren't prepared for a woman to be as a lead role. But I think sometimes that circumstance of there being a female lead, people can be more critical going into it.
True, because
then it's where the idea is, like, if you're trying to make a point about this person, like the main character being a woman, then you better write a really fucking good movie around it, because that's not good enough for a public audience.
True.
that's me speaking for the public, not me. I, of course, deeply respect women.
Yes. As if you followed the previous episodes, you know how much we respect women.
Avid supporters of women. That's why we make sure that as soon as we talk in like a objectifying manner, we make sure that men are there too.
Exactly.
To know that women, we don't view them as any better, mainly worse, actually. God, I still can't get over one of the main things we learned in like my philosophy class was you know Aristotle?
Yeah, like kind of.
Yeah.
Not personally.
He hated women. But it was very much like the standard like of the Greek time, because they're all thinking like, well, what are like things? Like, what is a woman? And the ancient Greek view of what a woman was... Shut up. The ancient Greek view of what a woman was, because they had this idea that like things existed from like this immaterial form, and they were derived from that. So they believed that women were made as a corrupt and poorly made version of a man.
Oh.
Which is really sad.
Yeah,
that's really fucked up.
That's really fucked up.
Yeah. Well, because you kind of think about like how women didn't like get the vote until like a bit over 100 years ago. And you think like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Well, then you also look at how for like generations the view of women was that they're just men that aren't good enough to be men. Is kind of like, oh, fuck.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. But you know, history just how it be is kind of fucked.
Yeah. Most of history's like pretty fucked.
Yeah, I think that people talk a lot of shit for how like the world is right now. Like, we're objectively the best that we've ever been.
Yeah. No, we definitely are.
Like, even as far as like social issues go, like I think that there has been like with the rise of like extremism in the Middle East, there was a lot of revolutions in the 70s for like women's rights and like democratic systems that were going really well until like extremism and like people that just wanted to corrupt and exploit things to gain power ended up sort of like bringing back a dictatorship type thing.
Yeah.
Which is now starting to undo itself again with like Arab Springs and stuff.
Cool.
But that's a separate tangent.
Yeah.
We're talking about red shoes or a woman shit in a shoe.
One thing.
Actually, while you talk, I'm gonna look up a description of the film Red Shoes to see how
how close we were. It's just not flush down here, you see?
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
I didn't angle it quite right.
Yeah. No, I mean like the back is off. You see down here?
Yeah, it's like a little fucky.
Yeah.
Oh, this one. Oh no, this is a drama from 1948.
Oh.
Let's see what this one's about.
I feel like we're probably closer on the drama from 1948.
We actually weren't too. You weren't too far off.
Are you serious?
Well, it's a young ballerina torn between her art and her romance with a young composer. So I feel like your version of the Red Shoes could effectively be like a sequel to this one, where she's past her prime ballerina days. What the fuck was this other film that it recommended? Oh, it came out last year. Red Shoes and the Seven Dwarves? What the fuck? Well, we're deep diving on this now.
Nice.
Red Shoes. I can't spell and the Seven Dwarves. Shockingly did not do as well.
I will entertain the public with my ski jazz. Ski bop boop dap. Skip it bop rap dap. Ski bop boop dap bop deep bop. Ski bop.
I mean, I was good since before you started that, but I wanted to see where that went. So it is a princess. Princess turned into dwarves seek a lady's red shoes to break their curse. Princesses. There was multiple princesses that turned into multiple dwarves. So that was this. Why is this such fucking low res? That's really scuffed. But I'll show. So that was like the box that we got. I'll show.
It improved in quality.
Oh, that's good. So that's the full poster, and apparently all the green small. Oh, I read it wrong. It's princes, not princesses. I was like, why? Well, I also read it as a single princess turned into multiple dwarves. Why are the dwarves green? I think we frankly made significantly better movies.
I think so too.
Oh, but the female is voiced by Chloe Grace Moretz.
I don't know who that is.
It is a person that I probably had a crush on since I was like 12.
Yeah. Was that your first celebrity crush?
Probably not. First was probably Goofy. That's got a snout.
No, but for real, like, who's your first celebrity crush?
I don't know, man. Probably Mr. Mosby. No, I don't know. I really can't think. Do you know who yours first would be?
I do, because it was strong.
It was strong. Your love for them was strong.
Yeah, and
Wow.
unfortunately, they're not even real.
Are they a cartoon?
No, they're.
Is it
Do
Hannah
you know
Montana?
Ginny Weasley from Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Yes, I had the biggest crush on Ginny Weasley from the Harry Potter movies.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's the content that we need here. I think I think that there isn't really any like young male that like grew up watching like the Harry Potter series like as they're coming out that didn't think like Hermione like was objectively a cutie. Like,
100%.
Like what a
And like before Emma Watson did that whole short hair thing, like Emma
before-
Watson's a cutie.
Yeah. Well, because there's that whole weird thing where... You made so... Sorry. I find it funny how loud you can be sometimes now. But, like, the whole, like, feminazi thing, that's kind of weird. I don't know enough about it to make an argument. I just know that that's a thing that people say.
Feminazi?
Yeah, like, basically, like, alt-left feminism.
Like...
Because she had, like, a whole organization. They had, like, this weird, like, symbol. It was, like... It had, like, the makings, like, of a problematic organization. To my not... Like, I don't know enough about it to really deep dive into it. But
I know she was, like, hardcore, like, Me Too movement.
Yeah,
Which is, like, fair.
Yeah,
but...
I think we should mention... My father, wonderful guy. He's older. He's
a boomer.
He's very much a boomer. I believe he's 65. Yeah, he turned 65 he will be turning 66 this year. No, he turned 65 earlier this year. No, fuck. Never mind. Y'all need to send my dad a birthday gift. My dad doesn't know what a hashtag is. He knows that as the pound sign. So my dad was talking about why the fuck are there headlines talking about a pound Me Too movement. So I think that they didn't really think how the boomer crowd would approach this, because it's a very serious topic about people sexually exploiting one another. But they also didn't realize that calling it the Me Too movement is okay. The hashtag Me Too movement is a problem because that can also be read as the pound Me Too movement, which is deeply problematic for very obvious reasons.
It just sounds like somebody else is trying to get some dick too.
Exactly. Well, thank you for making it abundantly clear.
Jane says fix the Wi-Fi.
There ain't much we can do about that right now, Chief.
But you know for a fact that the fact that we're talking about it cutting out right now, they're getting all of it.
They probably are only now hearing us being cut out. Well, because that's probably why like the audience, like the viewership's been spiking and going down so much. Is because the moments when people can actually watch, they're watching, but then yeah, that's a rough go.
Yeah. So there's a guy who came.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to read Jane's text while you say anything?
There's a guy who's he was an Olympic weightlifter, and like he went to the 2016 Rio Olympics. He didn't medal, but like just to preface, Olympic weightlifting is like a very technique heavy style of lifting. Like you have to be like on point and perfect. And so he can't compete for 2020 because he got like popped for doping. And so
is this Yoel Romero?
No. This is Sonny Webster.
Sonny Webster.
You can find him on Instagram at Sonny Webster.
Actually, if you want to talk about that quickly, I might as well just go restart the fucking Wi-Fi.
Okay. Anyways, he...
As Jane knows, he can just easily fix Wi-Fi while trying to live stream something.
He is coming to Alberta to do, like, seminars. And so I did Olympic weightlifting for like a year. I like did competitions and everything, so I follow like a bunch of the pages on Instagram, and he is coming to Alberta to do some seminars, and like the Alberta Weightlifting Association and the Canadian Weightlifting Association sent out like notices like on the Instagram and to like all the registered athletes, and so like I competed at provincials and then was an alternate for nationals. So I got like notified that like I am not allowed to attend this seminar at all because like associating with him at all, like you could get banned because he got a doping violation, even though he's not teaching you how to dope at.
Why the fuck not?
Yeah. what I was just saying is that because he's coming for like seminars in Canada, I got like as like a registered like competitive athlete for weightlifting, I got like notifications that I'm not allowed to go to these seminars, or I could be banned, or if I'm associating with anyone who's associating with him, I could be banned because he got popped for doping. And I just think it's ridiculous because
that it really is. It seems really excessive.
Yeah, especially because like he's going to be teaching technique at these seminars, and like it doesn't matter that you were like, obviously like it's like you were cheating, but to get to that level you can't just dope. Like you have to have phenomenal technique in lifting and like your mindset and everything. So like there's a lot that you can learn from him besides his steroid cycle, and I think that it's just like ridiculous that you would prevent that.
What I think that I really learned from the 2016 Rio Olympic Games was that it made a bomb-ass video game with the Mario and Sonic Rio Olympic Games. That game was kind of sick. Yeah. I dig it. Like, I remember, like, I'd fucking give it on the javelin. Have you ever played it? On the Wii? Do you have anywhere to go tomorrow morning? Do you have, like, an early shift?
I do.
You do? Aye.
And we back. And we back. And we back. And we back.
The vibes have returned.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and I think the internet problem may have returned.
Oh.
This is deeply unfortunate.
Maybe it's a problem with Twitch and not us.
Nah. It's gonna be my Wi-Fi. It's been acting up. But hopefully that the drop... Well, because it's basically just saying that, like, dropped frames happen. So we're just gonna hope it ain't too bad. I think, realistically, this ain't something we can fix during the podcast.
Yeah, sometimes it just be like that. Sometimes that it just be like.
Sometimes it just do be da beep ba.
Who would be that ski bop de bop?
Skibbity bop bop bop. Bro, I haven't got it yet. I talked about it on the last podcast, but I'm like really hyped to try to teach myself how to play the violin, and I don't know why.
That's whack.
Also, I think that I should bully you publicly for not looking into GarageBand yet.
You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, cause like you always flex on how you're better than everyone at music.
Well, not everyone, just most people.
That's Bamboozler talking about that GarageBand life. He's just referring to how he lives in a garage. That's only when his wife kicks him out. Karen gets a little feisty some nights, especially in the winter. Menopause is a bitch, you know what they say?
Yeah, sometimes it'll just be like that. I saw a video of a face-off for a fight, and like the one guy tries to like get in like super close, like go like forehead to forward, which I think is like ridiculous.
Yeah,
like, just do like a regular face-off, and the other guy like gives him a little kiss, and the other guy like is so mad, he's like, "What the fuck?" and like tries to swing on him, but like the crowd holds him back.
Yeah, well,
it's so
like,
good.
What the fuck? I don't get like the whole purpose of
so mad.
Like, I get, like, I'm going to intimidate you by, like, knocking my forehead against yours. But it's like, homies can just give you a kiss?
Yeah, like bro. And then sometimes where, like, they're so close, like, they are kissing. And it's not, like, a joke where the other guy was, like, getting a little bit too close, so he just, like, gave him a little peck. It's like, you guys are just, like, making out.
I want them to, like, play chicken with, like, kissing one time. Like, two dudes just macking on stage. And then Dana White is just like, if the fans want
it. There's this awesome clip of, like, John Jones and Anthony Rumble Johnson. They're, like, about to fight. And they're, like, friends. Like, they know each other. And so they, like, pretend to have, like, a back and forth, like, shove and, like, try to, like, swing on each other. And so, like, Dana White gets there. He's like, break it up. And then, like, they're both just, like, killing themselves laughing because they're not actually going to, like, start a fight at this press conference.
That, yeah. Oh, that was a good clip. It's just wholesome. I like it. Shit. There's this one MMA fighter in the UFC that he always, like, brings gifts for people at the face-off.
Oh.
Like,
I haven't heard of it.
It's so funny. Like, they'll be, like, do the face-off, and then they'll be like, oh, 1 sec, and then somebody will, like, hand him, like, a bouquet of flowers, and they'll, like, hand him over, and then, like, they don't want to look like an asshole, so they always take whatever he's given to him. Like, sometimes, like, I think you've gotten, like, Mountain Dew for people before or something. Or, like, oh, fuck, who's that guy who, like, there was, like, the face-off going on, and the one guy was just, like, hyped to be there, so he just, like, whipped out his phone and, like, took a selfie with the guy. Yeah. I love people taking the wind out of like shit like that. It's so good.
I saw a clip of this fight. It was like kind of like an amateur fight, and so this guy, whenever he like finishes a combination, and there's like a bit of distance between him and the other guy, he like does a little dance.
Oh yeah,
it's like a showman thing, and he does it a couple times, and like the third time that he goes into it, does it, the other guy just knocks him the fuck out with a head kick.
That video was so good. It was just like this dude. Well, it's also in those like kind of cringy compilations. That's like, what's it called? Karma. Yeah, it's just like instant UFC karma crap. Like fucking man was showing off, gets kicked in the head. Everybody hates it until Conor McGregor does it. And they're like, hell yeah.
Well, that's the thing is like Conor McGregor's like incredibly talented. So like we like people who are like actually fans like appreciate him, but like the amount of like, as I was saying before, like filthy casuals that he brings along with him is unfortunate.
I'm proud to be one of them. Like, well, because he's just fun. He's entertaining. Yeah. Like, even if he's not fighting, he's fun to watch, and that's why he makes the UFC so much money. Because, like, realistically, like, he goes beyond the sport as far as, like, sort of entertaining goes. It's
like how LeBron James is, like, beyond basketball.
Exactly,
like, he's just... And, like, you kind of see with, like, Kobe Bryant's death, rest in peace. Like, he was bigger than basketball. Like, everyone, not even if you weren't a basketball fan, you knew who Kobe Bryant was.
Who was the guy that played... He was in Marvel movies. The gray with the red... the haha, I stay still, I'm invisible, have mastered invisibility. Drax. Who played Drax?
Dave Bautista.
Have you seen the Instagram ads that are fucking everywhere about, like, the spy next door or whatever?
Yeah.
Where he's, like, spy teacher to, like, an infant child?
Yeah.
That's so unfortunate to see that's where his career is gone.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Because, like...
Well, he's not, like...
a good actor.
Yeah, he's not a good actor.
He played Drax well because Drax's character was to not seem conventional. Like, to intentionally, like, be there and be uncomfortable. So it's fine. Yeah. Because you don't need to
And he's, like, super jacked, so...
Yeah, and that's just what Drax was.
Yeah.
Was somebody that can't really be something very well and just be uncomfortable while being that thing. But if you're, like, trying to be, like, your mission is to get past me.
Yeah.
Have you seen that clip?
I've seen... Yeah.
It's like the fucking... It just looks so garbage.
Yeah, it does.
Really, if a film has, like, flooded Instagram with ads, it's not going to be a good film.
Yeah, it's not.
It's devastating.
Just like when Mike Bloomberg flooded everything with ads, you knew he wasn't going to be a good president, which is why he's dropped out of the Democratic race.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't drop out before Super Tuesday. Well, I guess his whole strategy was he was only going to run for Super Tuesday. Do you know what that is?
It's like where you get all the polls and stuff.
Bro, they got so many polls.
Yeah, like, no, each state kind of like reveals who would win a little bit.
Well, how it works is that, do you know how, like, elections in general work?
Yeah.
In the states?
Yeah. So
if somebody wins a majority in the state, they get the amount of points assigned to that state? It's the exact same thing. But for delegations for, like, if you poll high enough in this state, you get this number of delegates and you need 1,991 delegates to be declared the nominee for the Democratic Party.
Okay.
So, Bloomberg did not win a single state.
Oh, no.
Do you know how much money he spent on his...
$560 million.
Damn right.
Yeah.
He spent the big bucks.
Yeah, he spent the big bucks.
To get nothing.
Yeah, and isn't he, like, the mayor of New York?
He was the former mayor of New York, yeah.
And apparently he was, like, real bad.
And counter that with Mayor Pete. Pretty solid mayor. He was vibing.
Mayor Pete?
Pete Buttigieg?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his whole, like, his campaign, like, nickname was Mayor Pete.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, he didn't have, like, his last name, he had his first name on things. I think it's because he knows that people can't pronounce Buttigieg. So he is like, call me Pete.
Call me Pete.
It'd be like, text Pete to blah, blah, blah.
What do you think of my new hat?
I'm into it. I was going to say, I like the, KN. I'm a fan. Well, I like the fonts. Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Yeah.
I dig it. Yeah, it's funky. It's cool. I think that even if people don't know UFC, they're going to like it.
Yeah, that's like... I don't know. You guys can kind of see. You guys can't see, like, what I wear for pants. Mm-hmm. But, like, I would say, and you probably see this, like, I like to wear, like, solid colors and, like, not very bright stuff. Like that's kind of like my style.
You keep very like neutral and natural tones. Like you usually go with like stone colors or like greens. Occasionally with like a blue, but you keep it like very earth.
I try to not. I try to wear like. I have a lot of blue, so I try not to wear like too much of it.
Well, aside from that one pink sweater.
Oh yeah, well that's like it's kind of like a dull pink. That's
kind of like it's a faint pastel.
Yeah, and like
not to sound too gay.
Yeah, and kind of like why I was saying that is like why I like this hat is like the simp.
The simp. It really amplifies my simp.
Yeah. The simplicity of the design. It's just like a KN with 2 stars, and then on the back it's obviously says Khabib Nurmagomedov. Which I'm
What a fucking last name.
I know, it's...
I love Russian last names.
There's a guy in the UFC with the last name Magomed Sherpov, which is a fucking mouthful.
That sounds like a Twitch emote. Because, like, I don't know. How well do you know Twitch?
Not very well.
So, basically, people can, if we ever get Twitch famous, we can get custom, like, little, like, emoji, like, emotes that people can, like, put into chat.
Okay.
So they have to use, like, particular names. A common one is called Pog. Like, there's just weird fucking names for it, like Weird Champ, like shit like that.
Okay.
So, like, what was the guy's name again?
Magomed Sherpov.
Yeah. Can I get a Magomed Sherpov in chat? It'd be pretty on par.
Oh, Bamboozler sent an emote.
That's a Pog.
That's
the Pog emote. You're learning about Twitch today.
Oh.
One day we should do, like a Twitch, like we should do a podcast about you learning what Twitch is.
Ooh.
Since you've been streaming on it for over 2 months now.
Yeah, Spencer had an idea the other day. Let us know if you'd like to see a series where Spencer tries to convince Ian that Minecraft is good.
Yeah.
Because I've never actually played it.
And I've played it a reasonable amount. I enjoyed it. I think it's significantly better if you're playing with another person. It's just a fun game. It's pretty straightforward. We got affirm it's so good from Bamboozler.
I remember being over at Bamboozler's house the first day, or not, like a couple days after he got Minecraft for his Xbox 360.
And mans went off for days.
Mans went off.
Yeah, well, because for the sake of people knowing what we have going on, you know, behind the screen, we were gonna maybe do like Cuphead as like a stream, but I'm very bad at video games.
And like I'm better than Spencer, but like I'm not great, and I've like been playing it and I suck. So, and I think that if me and Spencer were doing it together, it would just be like a clusterfuck of like both of us dying, but Spencer dying faster than me, so I'd get mad at Spencer. It would just...
Which, I think it could be good content, but also to figure out how to do it, I feel like it would be a pain in the ass.
I mean, I don't know how difficult it would be. Like, I have it on my laptop.
What did you buy it through?
Steam?
I don't know. If it has online multiplayer, we can do it no problem.
Okay.
It's just a matter... I don't know how, like, the screen is going to work. Like, if it shows both our characters all the time, then we're fine. And then if I can figure out how to make it so my face cam and your face cam are available. Because if we did it through, like, Discord or something. But then if my Wi-Fi is this dog shit already, then playing an online game probably ain't going to help too much. Especially one where... Because as well, it probably slowed like the game down a little. Like my PC's like strong enough that I think it could like do streaming and the game at the same time. I don't know. Just because I feel like bad Wi-Fi plus both of us being bad at video games just will lead to like there's content that's like they're mad so it's funny. Yeah. There's also content they're mad just because it's objectively frustrating and not enjoyable for anyone. Yeah. Which is why with Minecraft, just place some blocks. Vibe. Try to find a village.
We packing down and pissing. That's what, like, so you know how, like, I texted into the group chat the other day where I was like, the beat tag for TMG is we packing diamond pistols, but it sounds so much like we packing down and pissing.
We packing down and pissing. Should that be the open to ours?
Yes.
We packing down and pissing. Well, because at this point we're just kind of vibing. This has become chill streams. #chill streams tagged in chat. Because we want to make music. I know we've talked about this. I think that first few are probably going to be pretty trash, but I think we should kind of do what Filthy Frank / Joji did, where you do music that's like just like funny, because that way even if it's not a very good song, you can still enjoy it because it's funny. But then as you get better at producing and like making music, you can make it more genuinely because you actually now have a talent for making music.
I mean, I already have that, but...
You do, but it's still where like actually like synthesizing like new music and like going through and using like online software and stuff.
Yeah.
And like recording vocals and shit like that. That's new for me.
I don't mean to flex, but I've been having sex like once a week at least or two if my girl ain't stressed.
Dr. Seuss couldn't beat these beats. I beat my meat to the beat. Skibbity bop bop.
Bop. I think this might be a good spot to end it.
Yeah, leave it on beat my meat to the beat. Yeah, it sounds good. I feel like we're both kind of tired.
Yeah.
I gotta get going early in the morning. I'm tired of the Wi-Fi difficulties. Sincerely apologize to the viewers for the live video. The things have gone kind of poorly. And if for the people that are listening to the post-recording version, sorry that this was kind of a sort of a more chill one than usual. I think we had some bangers. We had some good moments.
Yeah. Just always remember, we packing down and pissing.
We always packing down and pissing. Let's keep it on that. Good night, everybody.
Follow the Instagram and everything is there. Just look at it.
Yeah, it's always Saturday. Podcast is the IG. Bye.